the Princess Royal Challenge Cup. And this will be fascinating because we've got a previous winner, Lisa Scheenaard of the Netherlands, and we've got the one to watch, the in-form New Zealander. And in fact, it would be fair to say all of the New Zealanders seem to be in form based on what we've seen so far today. A win in the Remenham for the New Zealand boat, and also we've had a win in the Stoner for the New Zealand boat. Will we get that again? I'm waiting to see what Emma Twigg produces today. 32 years old, vastly experienced. These are two experienced oarswomen.
Yeah, absolutely. And Emma Twigg, she actually won this event 10 years ago, 2009. That's how long her sculling career has been. And of course, a slightly checkered Olympic history, 4th place twice in the single, but she is back for Tokyo and means business.
Scheenaard won this in 2016. Twigg there in your picture. Picture of concentration, ready to go. Even for somebody of the experience of Emma Twigg, this has to be a nerve-wracking couple of minutes sitting on the start line in a final at Henley Royal Regatta.
It is. It's unlike any other race. This is one-on-one and strange things happen. So tactics are so important. In a single you can make such a difference. And we've seen people rowing to a standstill in the diamonds before, and same in this event as well. So getting your tactics right, the psychology is so important.
1,112 metres of rowing ahead. Lonely business for the single scullers. This is the pick of the events for women's singles in the world.
They're both on the road to Tokyo, and therefore it's another opportunity to take yourself nearer to the result that they both want.
The World Cup bound next weekend in Rotterdam. Big moment for Lisa Scheenaard. She's got a big week, hasn't she? Big few days, a home World Cup regatta and a Henley Royal Regatta final.
Attention, go. Get ready, please.
Building up the tension. Make them wait. That's the excitement.
Attention, go.
Off we go in the Princess Royal Challenge Cup. Emma Twigg of New Zealand on the Berkshire station and Lisa Scheenaard of the Netherlands on the Bucks station. High tempo start to the race. Scheenaard striking high tempo there.
They've won one World Cup each this season, so this is a really important battle to see who's coming out on top as the season progresses. It was Lisa Scheenaard who won the first World Cup, and it was Emma Twigg who won the recent second World Cup in Poznan.
It really couldn't be set up better, could it, in terms of how the season's unfolded so far. Emma Twigg, 32 years old now, 3-time Olympian, world champion in 2014. Amazing CV. Perhaps still the best yet to come. Maybe in 2020 in Tokyo for her, we will wait and see, but right now it'll be a long way from her thoughts. At the moment she's thinking about eking out a lead against Scheenaard, which she has done in the early stage, just up half a length perhaps, as they head off Temple Island and down towards Falling.
Emma Twigg has a really impressive physiology. She broke the 5,000 metre world indoor record in 2015 in a time of 16:55. If anyone's watching and wants to compare their times, I mean, she has a really formidable engine and good technique.
16:55 for 5k. Outrageous, isn't it?
Took the record from Anna Watkins, our own
yes.
Olympic champion, and we can see that she's using that straight away. I spoke to her coach yesterday who was saying that she does find the water quite tricky. I mean, it's the slowest boats, the women's single scull, that you're always going to find it, the bounce of the water, the trickiest to handle, and definitely that was something that it was on her mind, that she needed to make sure she had really strong, solid rhythm, good start. But actually the conditions are really good today, so it's looking much calmer than it was yesterday.
We've seen Anna Watkins here this week. I don't think I've bumped into her this week. She's not been here.
Can't say how. We've been all focusing on the races, haven't we?
Well, yes. And
looking at the screen.
Yeah, we ought to focus on this one, because Emma Twigg now is putting in a good shift, isn't she? That is a formidable early lead. Lisa Scheenaard will stay calm because she's experienced as well, and they can change positions very quickly in the smaller boats, particularly the singles, who've seen some very dramatic finishes to races. This time last year, perhaps most notably, Mahi Drysdale against Borch in the final of the men's equivalent race. He left it very late and was just toying with Borch and flew past him in front of stewards and took the trophy. And I just wonder if I think Scheenaard might find it more difficult against a rower of Twigg's calibre.
I think so. I think Emma really wants to put the doubts into Lisa Scheenaard's mind. Emma has the record of big performances. She's been a world champion in the single scull. She's been at that level. Lisa Scheenaard was fifth in the women's double at the World Championships last year. She was fifth in the single in Sarasota. So she doesn't quite have the experience of getting on the podium that Emma Twigg has. And I think Emma will be wanting to really try and put this to bed early and show her dominance. And for Lisa, she's got to sort of dig in now, think about what can she do just to stay really quick, keep it light, don't start lugging it, don't start letting it get heavy. What can she find? What moves can she do?
Just staying in contention and trying to add a bit of excitement to the race, and you just never know what you could force in terms of errors or tension from Twigg. So just keeping her honest all the way through will be Lisa Scheenaard's plan at the moment. But Emma Twigg here is really laying down a marker, isn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. And for her, the psychology is so important. You've been to 2 Olympic Games, the last 2 in the single, and you've come 4th. So there's a lot of demons in her head. She took some time out of the sport, and this season she's come back. The first World Cup she won, it was very, very tight in Poznan. But to come out and win immediately was a massive statement that she's ready to put her neck on the line again. And she's really showing a very dominant performance here. Really impressive. Great connection in her lats. You can see that sort of underneath the shoulder blades where she's connecting directly and then just opening the body, levering it through. Very powerful each stroke. All those hours on the ergo, all that impressive, high intensity work that gets done. That 5,000 metre world record kind of pace is what's going down the course now in the end of her blades.
So Emma Twigg moving really well in this Princess Royal Challenge Cup. New Zealand are having a very good morning here. Scheenaard won this a couple of years back. Some high-profile winners of this.
Absolutely. And Lisa Scheenaard was the runner-up the year before that, so she's got good Henley experience, but she has come up against somebody who is on a formidable track to try and get that Olympic medal that she wants in Tokyo. Very impressive there. Really solid. Really solid, the way she's moving. It's just power stroke after power stroke down this course. Really even, really set up. The boat looks absolutely rock solid there. For Lisa Scheenaard, what can she do?
Not so much fun for Scheenaard right now, but for Emma Twigg, I suppose that's about as enjoyable as single sculling gets, isn't it? Of course, she'll be feeling all the effects and all the pain, but in terms of a good lead in a single in front of a big crowd on a finals day on Sunday of Henley Royal Regatta, that's the sort of stuff you dream of, isn't it? A lead like that.
Absolutely, and I think you're always watching the other person thinking, is it enough? Is it enough? Because we know we've had these epic single races where people put in these incredible bursts. So I think you're always watching, thinking, right, can I squeeze out a bit more? Where am I within my own physiology? What have I got to give? How can I best pace myself down this course? Lisa Scheenaard beat Zhang from China to get into this final. Emma Twigg beat Diana Dimchenko from the Ukraine. And in fact, Emma Twigg was massively in control of that race. But right at the end, Dimchenko put on a ferocious burst that took it down to, I think, just a third of the length. So that did give her a bit of a scare yesterday. And she's going to be really on her guard against anything like that today.
Yes, I saw that race yesterday morning. Diana Dimchenko of the Ukraine giving Emma Twigg a fright in front of stewards right at the end of the race.
Great overhead shots here of Emma Twigg. As soon as the blades are square, they are in. The speed with which she covers the spoon, the end of the blade, the speed with which it is covered and the power applied, that's where she has her superior boat speed from.
It's so repetitive as well, isn't it? So calm and everything looks identical. It's completely unflappable at the moment.
Very, very uniform, very impressive. And we've got Lisa Scheenaard, who's wearing an all-in-one that she herself has designed.
Oh yes,
she's selling them via her Instagram, and there we get a beautiful back shot there of what looks like the landmarks of Netherlands.
Netherlands landmarks, yeah.
And she is raising money through that for a charity to help underprivileged kids access sport.
I like the sound of the charity. I know nothing about fashion, so I'll pass no comment. Looks good to me, but I'm not an expert in that field.
It's taking the lead from sort of Serena Williams and other big sports stars who've gone down that route, and increasing the versatility and diversity of sport kit can be worn. But here, all eyes are on the very impressive sculler from New Zealand, Emma Twigg. What a performance, commanding performance, still just powering down.
So Emma Twigg, yet another New Zealand win in the bag. Amazing performance. New Zealand really have hit the ground running here. Another big win. Emma Twigg will be the third New Zealand boat to come home up front. They've got 6 finals in all today. 100% record so far. Emma Twigg over the line in the Princess Royal Challenge Cup, beating Lisa Scheenaard of the Netherlands comfortably. Really dominant race from Emma Twigg. Took the lead early, stretched it, had full control, and that is how to execute a final at Henley. How impressive was that, Kat?
Very impressive. Emma Twigg, she's had some time out after Rio, and she's come back and won the first World Cup she competed in Poznan, and she's come to Henley and won. That is a big statement about her intentions for Rio.
And it was very simple, wasn't it? The way she did the race, it made it look easy. Of course, it is anything but she took her lead, established it, and stayed there.
She played to her strengths. She got her physiology on the end of that spoon with superb technique and just power every stroke that Lisa Scheenaard was not able to match.
And so the 32-year-old from New Zealand continues to enjoy her stay in Europe. Next stop, Rotterdam, and the World Cup for her and for Scheenaard as well. A home World Cup regatta next weekend.